Hi, my name is Julia Neumann, and I'm the Strategy Coordinator at the Friends Committee on National Legislation. Today I'm here to teach you how to schedule a lobby visit with your member of Congress. The scheduling process is one of the most complicated and common roadblocks for people who want to meet with their members of Congress. But it doesn't actually need to be. And so in this video, I'm here to teach you everything I've learned about scheduling lobby visits. I've scheduled over 1,000 in the past few years here at FCNL, and I've also helped constituents around the country schedule hundreds of their own more visits, both in district and here in Washington, D.C. So when I say in district, I mean in congressional district. Every member of Congress has an office here in Washington, D.C., but they also have several offices at home. A member with a large House district will have 2 to 4 visits in this, or offices, and a member with and a senator will have anywhere between 4 and 8, depending on the size of their state. But when you are looking to schedule a visit with your member of Congress, the office closest to you. If you live very far out from any district offices, I know in some of those big states that's really a common thing. Often have days where they come and have meetings closer to this, closer to where you are. So just know that it's part of your member of Congress's job and their staff's work to listen to and hear constituent feedback and concerns. And meeting with them is part of your First Amendment rights, actually, the right to petition the government. So I'm here, yes, to help make that as easy as possible and to kind of give you a step-by-step guide. So here's the first thing that I want you to do. It's just pick up the phone. Call whichever district office you want to visit and ask them the best way to schedule a constituent meeting about the issue that you care about. To find the right phone number, you can go to fcnl.org/Congress and find your member of Congress. I'm going to show you this right now. So this is what you see when you go to fcnl.org/Congress. And if you go ahead and type in your area code, let's do 9, you can go and find, here, 207. So all of your representatives, your federal, and here they are. So my member of Congress is Congressman John Yarmouth. And if I click on him, I can find all of the important information about him, and I can also find his offices. He has 2 in Louisville in different locations. Usually the first district office that's located is kind of their main office. For example, I know for Senator Rand Paul, the Bowling Green office is their primary state office, but they do work and do visit in all of those offices. The other important thing that you can find at fcnl.org/Congress is the list of staff, as well as instructions for how to get in contact with those staff. So if you go and enter your zip code, 40207, and I click on John Yarmouth again, I can go ahead and look at the list of staff. The most important person on here is the scheduler. Here it is, Claire Elliott. So she is who I am going to want to be talking to during this process. So, so when I am, so what you're gonna want to do is find all of that information and go ahead and pick up the phone and call that office. And here is what you're going to want to say. My name is Julia Neumann, and I'm with a group of constituents looking to schedule a meeting with Congressman Yarmouth during the upcoming April recess. Can you tell me what the best way to go about scheduling a meeting is? And once you've done that, they'll tell you one of two things. They will either tell you that the best way to schedule a meeting is to contact the scheduler, and they'll give you the scheduler's contact information or transfer you to their phone line or something similar, or they'll ask you to fill out an online form. Some offices are very, very committed to their online forms. They have a certain process and you must follow their protocol. Listen to them, otherwise you aren't going to get a meeting. So you have to fill out the form in order to get a meeting in some offices. Other offices, that's not true, especially if their only contact form on the website is a vague general issue-based contact form, and there isn't a specific meeting contact form. You are going to want to get in contact with the scheduler. So they should give you a name, an email address, or phone number. If they don't, again, you can look in the staff lookup, and there is that guide to how to find the email address for a staffer. It's not foolproof, but it's pretty good. Some offices have email addresses that are, for example, Paul scheduling at paul.senate.gov, and that's just the way that they kind of have multiple staff working off of the same email, and they just want to make sure that that all goes in and they keep track of all of that information. Either way, if you're filling out a form, or most likely if you're sending an email, you're going to need to write a visit request. And there's some key information that you must put in the visit request: your name and the fact that you're a constituent, so where you live, that you live in the district, is incredibly important. The topic of the meeting, what issue you want to discuss. It's important that it is only on one issue, as you know, this is the best way to have a productive meeting with your member of Congress, is to have a clear ask for them. So make sure that you are letting them know exactly what you want to discuss. If there's a particular piece of legislation, a bill number, put that in the request. Members love to know, and their office love to know, because that helps them prepare for the meeting, and they can take a look at the legislation, make sure they're familiar with it, make sure they know what kind of statements the members said in the past, all of that. The date of the meeting, you want to give a wide range of dates. And then you also want to list all of the most likely attendees of this meeting. And this is important because you want to let the office know why this meeting is important for them to take. So I'm going to share a sample meeting request with you. Dear Erica, I'm writing with you to request a visit with Congressman Yarmouth at his Louisville office the week of April 17th to 21st to discuss health care reform and protecting the Medicaid expansion. A group of constituents representing business owners, community leaders, and people of faith would like to visit with the congressman to talk about the impact this legislation will have on our community. Please let me know as soon as you can about the members' availability April 17th to 21st. Thank you for your time and attention to this request. Sincerely, Julia Neumann, and my fake business and my fake faith affiliation, both of which are actually my dad's. So once you've done this, once you've gone ahead and this request, and you've made sure that it includes all of that information, it'll take you a little while to hear back. So it's really important also, just to reiterate, include details about who you're bringing. If you're all part of a specific interest group or organization or a faith community, make that known and make that an upfront part of your visit, but also make sure you let them know what other connections you have in the community. A good meeting usually has between 4 and 6 people in it. Some offices really prefer that meetings are small. And if you want to have a larger meeting, consider instead having a small meeting with people who represent a variety of perspectives from your group, attend a lobby visit, and trying to schedule a community event or forum for the member or a member of their staff can attend. You'll often hear back in about 1 to 7 days in your request. If you haven't heard back after a week, go ahead and send a follow-up email or make a follow-up phone call. That can be brief. Just reply to the original email you sent and go ahead and flag that you haven't heard back and you look forward to hearing from them. Follow up a lot. It's really important. Your persistence is the most important part. It usually takes anywhere between 7 and 15 contacts with an office to get a meeting all the way to the confirmed point, because you're negotiating, because once they even get back in touch with you, sometimes they're asking you to wait a few weeks, sometimes they're waiting and they give you some times and then they have to change. All of that happens. You could be in touch as many as 12 times before you actually have a solid meeting right there scheduled. So just know that. They'll get back to you if you're persistent. They really will, but please also be polite. If an office tells you to wait until a certain date to reach out to them with a request, listen to them. Write it down, make a calendar reminder on your phone. If they are change dates at the last minute, be patient with them. Congressional schedules have tons of moving pieces, and especially right now, they're getting a lot of requests, so please be patient. Once you hear back from the scheduler, you'll have heard one of either 2 things. Either when the member is available for a meeting, or that they're unavailable, but you can meet with staff. If you get offered a staff level meeting, still take it. District staff are some of the most important people in a congressional office. They're responsible for communicating constituent opinions on different issues and flagging things that a member may not realize are particularly important to their district. And developing strong relationships with local staff is one of the key steps to developing a strong relationship with the members themselves. If a scheduler connects you with staff, thank them and tell them you hope you'll be able to meet with the member when they're in town in the future. You want to keep on good terms with the scheduler. They're really important. And then set up a meeting with staff. It'll be during a weekday. And they're usually, it'll be with district staff, but you may also ask to have a phone call or have a non-district staff, a Washington DC staff member who works on the issue, call in. That way, especially if you're caring about a particular issue or a very complicated issue, and you have a lot of questions, this is a way to make sure that those can be answered during the meeting, and it can be as productive a meeting as possible. Their staff are here to help you and help you understand these issues. So that's it. Make sure that before your meeting, you go ahead and confirm it. And you send a final list of who is attending. Your original meeting request doesn't have to have a definite list of who will and will not be at the meeting, but it's important that it's at least partially accurate, and that you send a list of who will be there before the meeting begins, just so the staff know. Yeah, if you're persistent and respectful, you'll find your way to a meeting. It just takes time. If you have any questions about this, please email me at julia@fcnl.org. I am here to help you schedule these meetings, and I'd love to answer any questions or help you connect with any offices you're struggling to talk to. So please reach out. Thanks so much.